Hey everybody, I'm here to tell you about my most embarrassing wrestling story. So this story happened when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I was really into wrestling, but I had never been to a WWF, as it was called back then, event. I'd never been to any event of any kind. So when I was 11 or 12, my mum saw that I was really interested in wrestling, and she surprised me with 2 tickets to a local wrestling event near to my house. So me and my friend, we went along to this event, and we had no idea who was wrestling. We didn't know anything about this event. All we got was the tickets, and my mum dropped me and my friend at this event. We didn't know who was going to be there. So it was quite a small place, not many people were there. We sat on the front row, we saw some wrestlers, some local wrestlers. We didn't know who they were, but we just enjoyed being there. So we were sitting at this show, and then suddenly we heard some theme music that sounded familiar. It sounded a bit like... So if you know old school wrestling, old school WWF, you will know that that is the music of Tatanka. He was recently in one of the Battle Royals, I think at WrestleMania 32, I think, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So Tatanka, he was big back in the mid-90s. So this show that I went to was in about the year 2000. So he'd already been out of the WWF, WWE for a few years, but he was obviously touring in the UK doing all of these small shows. Now remember, this is the first time that I've ever seen wrestling live. So this was the first superstar that I'd seen in real. Me and my friend, we couldn't believe it. We didn't know Tatanka was going to be here. We were looking at each other like, it's Tatanka right in front of us, wrestling right in front of us. So Tatanka was there, he wrestled his match. I can't remember if he won or lost, he probably won. And if you've been to any of your local wrestling shows, you'll know that at the end of the show, the wrestlers come out and say hello to everybody, and then they sign some autographs and take some pictures. Now this was back in the day when you had the camera, the Polaroid camera, where you take a picture and it comes out straight away and you get the picture. So I paid, I think £5 to have my picture with Tatanka. Remember, this is the first professional wrestler, the first superstar I've ever seen. So I was like 11 years old, remember? Tatanka. I can't remember if I said anything to him. But yeah, I paid the money to have my picture with Tatanka, the first wrestler that I've ever seen in real. So I am in awe of Tatanka, okay? Tatanka he was the biggest human I'd ever seen at that point. He was big. He was a big man. And I was looking up at him and he said something like, "Hey kid, do you want to hold the belt?" Because he had a belt. And then he put the belt onto my shoulder, and this belt was really heavy, like really heavy. I was just a skinny kid. I'm still skinny, but I'm not a kid. But imagine a small 11-year-old skinny me holding this really heavy belt. So he put it on my shoulder. I'm there struggling to hold this belt up, like, ugh. He made it look like it was just a feather, but for me it was really heavy. So I'm holding this belt, the cameraman is over there getting ready to take the picture that I paid for. Remember, I paid £5 to have my picture with Tatanka. So I'm holding my belt, Tatanka's there, huge man, just being Tatanka, being cool, he was very cool, put his arm around my shoulder. Cameraman over here, getting ready to take the photo. He says, "Okay, get ready." So I'm there with the belt, standing. Can't believe I'm next to Tatanka, the superstar, the WWF superstar. Tatanka is right next to me with his arm around my shoulder. Cameraman, ready to press the button. At the very last second, I have a thought in my head. I'm next to Tatanka. So I think I'm gonna point at Tatanka in the picture and say, "Look who I'm with. I'm with Tatanka." So in my head, very last second, I don't want to just stand straight. I think, okay, I'm gonna point at Tatanka. Button is about to be pressed. My finger comes up. I'm gonna point at Tatanka. Picture is taken. Picture comes out. You have to wait a few minutes for the picture to develop, okay? I get given the picture. Tatanka signs the picture for me. Me and Tatanka, there we are. I'm very happy. I have a picture with a real WWF superstar. Well, ex, but to me, he was, Tatanka, okay? I look at the picture. There's Tatanka looking cool, massive, tanned, all of his Tatanka gear. There's me holding the belt, smiling, pointing. I'm not pointing at Tatanka. I'm pointing at myself. Why? In the picture that I paid for with Tatanka, I am pointing at myself. Not the superstar in the picture, I'm pointing at me. So it looks like I'm saying, I'm the one you need to focus on in this picture. Why the hell? It was the last minute thought in my mind, I'm gonna point at Tatanka, I'm gonna point at the superstar next to me. But in the picture, maybe I didn't have hand-eye coordination. For some reason, I'm pointing at myself in the picture. It doesn't make any sense why I would do that. So I now have a picture of me and Tatanka with me holding a belt, pointing at myself. I'm gonna show you the picture. Here is the picture of me and Tatanka with a belt pointing at my own face. Here it is. So there I am, 11 years old, with Mr. Tatanka himself, holding a really heavy belt, trying to smile, trying to look cool, but not succeeding, pointing at my own face. My finger is right up here. It's really close to my chin. I was nervous. I was really nervous, because it's Tatanka. And he signed it, and now I will forever have a picture of me and Tatanka pointing at myself. He looks a bit confused in this picture as well, doesn't he? Maybe he saw what I was doing and he got confused. But that is my most embarrassing wrestling story. Let me know if you have any funny stories of when you met a wrestler. If there's anything as ridiculous as this, I would love to hear it, so please leave me a comment. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Come on. Maybe every time I meet a wrestler, I'm gonna point at myself. Maybe that should be my thing that I do. So there is me and Tatanka forever together in this picture. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Again, leave me a comment with your wrestling stories. Subscribe for more wrestling videos coming soon on my channel. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, guys. It's me! What an idiot.